Everything we think about is just the flesh. Just the flesh. Just the flesh. Recently, I began to look at something I was discussing with my elder brother, and I said, do you know the same food we were eating when we were growing up, and there was no complaint? The same food. That's the same food now. They were telling us on the internet, don't eat this, don't eat this. And I ask question, what are we going to eat for God's sake? This is the food you have been eating, no problems. Am I right? Yes. Now they are telling you, don't eat, don't eat, don't eat. And somebody will tell you, even if you want to eat, eat little. Huh? All simply because what? The world wisdom is coming rapidly in a way that will not help anybody but to destroy us. I was sharing something and I said look, I grew up, I don't know if any one of you is part of what I want to say. I grew up knowing that they would tell you that hypertension, I saw low. True of us? Ain't it much money? Huh? I like so low. I say so low, huh? Child alone, is it? It's all over the places. How did we get into it? How? Simply because we have overstepped our boundaries. We have overstepped our boundaries. Do you know that to God be His glory, I don't think I've bought clothes for some years, so I don't know how much they sell clothes outside. But don't forget that I'm a son of a cloth merchandise, so I can still predict what could happen. I want to say this. Do you know we will still have some clothes? Just correct me if I'm making mistakes, because I'm not current with the prices. Do you know we still have clothes that you can sew, either you as a woman or as a man, that will not cost you about 5,000 naira? True or false? Huh? There's none. There's none. Huh? That won't cost you more than 5,000. And do you know there are clothes that is at the range of 50,000? Huh? I'm talking of clothes. Holy Spirit, let's leave that side. 5 what? And you will wear it. You must not go towards my 12 side or towards Mushi. Huh? Ha. I think I need to do my research a bit. Huh? Oh no, me come now. When you been current in the past, you know, let me go by. What am I trying to say? Now you are saying there's clothes that somebody could put up and it will cost him 10 million, 5 million. But we have agreed that also there is a clothes that you put on and it will cost you just 5,000. When somebody puts on 5,000 naira worth of clothes and is going on the road, Abi, and somebody puts on 5 million worth of the clothes and it came down from his car, you know it's not going to it's not everywhere you take your car to. You have to trek some places. And why? and he's trekking towards where he's going, and the other person that won the one of 5,000 is going towards that area too, would they send the one with 5,000 away? Huh? Is there a gate that has marked out the price or the cost of clothes that it will not allow the one with 5,000 to enter? Huh? If there is a disaster, we didn't pray for it, nobody prays for disaster. If there is a disaster, because that person that put on a clothes of 5 million, I know he has to put on jewelries as well to match, Abi. And by the time he puts on the jewelries and everything, that means that like is likely to be at his alley to be close to about 7 million. That is with the jewelries. If there is a disaster along that path, there's a disaster. You know, I'm very sure that person that wears 5,000 naira worth of clothes knows that he knows the price of what he was. And if there's a disaster that will need for them to run, be sincere to yourself. Let's say there's an armed robber attack. Who would they attack? 5,000 naira. Huh? So who will cry? The same 5 million person. Why is he crying? The worth of the money involved. That's why she's going to cry. Why is the other woman not crying? Because of the money involved. So when you are talking about the sickness, hypertension, you see where it comes from now. When you cross the line and begin to do things that ordinarily you don't need to do it. You don't need to do it. You are bound to invite unnecessary sickness and attack to yourself. You invite unnecessary attack to yourself. So, the knowledge you need to acquire to look at yourself and say, yes, I have 5 million that I can throw about. I can throw it about. Nobody will question me. But I'm going to use just 10,000 naira to buy 4 different clothes, which will make it 40,000. And I'm going to use 100,000 to buy similar clothes, 10 pieces, and dash it out to 10 people. Did anyone understand what I'm saying? You dash it out to 10 people. That takes you to the Yoruba proverbs. Tony àparò kan ò ga jù kan lọ láyé, àbí tó ṣe kíni. By the time 10, 11 people wear the same range of clothes, that means you are not going to attract, give yourself to unnecessary attack to people. You are rich, but those who sees you did not know that you are rich. People that are wearing the same thing. The first thing that will make anybody to spot the governor's wife at my 12 market is the siren that will blow when she's coming towards that place. Am I right? Because they are bringing governor's wife. So because of that, the siren, the pilot will have blown the siren. Wow, 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 wow. Everybody will know, want to governor here. Yahoo governor Lodi. She's coming to the same market that you are. For reason best known to her. And they will clear the road for her, Abi, and she went into the market. If there's going to be any attack, who is going to be the first person? She. Because everybody has seen her. Do you know that sometimes the money that she's carrying, somebody is in that market that carry more than that for business, but you won't know. Because the word wisdom has suppressed humility. The word wisdom has done what? Suppressed humility. And is promoting pride everywhere. Promoting influence. So that people will know that's a woman of substance that is coming. That's a man of substance that is coming. If I've never seen Dangote with my two naked eyes, I've never met him. Let me use him as an example. I don't know if there's anyone that have met him among them. Do you know Dangote would trek from the beginning of this street to K2 bus stop without Banza security, and nobody will know it's Dangote that is going? Huh? But the very moment there are two police officers that follow him, and they will know he's the one. The first set of people that will come are the horizons that wants to collect their own before he finish going. The world wisdom. We are trapped in ourselves. Just because you want people to know you. Just because you want fame. Pride has already lifted all of us higher. And we are lifting up our shoulders. That is bringing destruction upon us every day. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Beloved, if you don't know who you are doomed for destruction. If you don't know who you are, and that is a problem facing almost all of us. We don't bother to ask God, you are my creator. Who am I? You that doesn't ask anything about yourself, how will you ask about the partner you want to marry? You didn't ask anything about yourself. You didn't know yourself. How will you ask about your children? So, when the Bible said train your children so that it will give you peace, the question is you can only train a child that you know. Because part of training is for you to know who that child is. Part of training is for you to know what kind of food that this child is supposed to eat. Instead of that, what do we have? We have parents that want children, their children. Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ló ti bí wáyé ọmọ rẹ̀ ìjìyàn ìjẹ̀bà ìjàmàlà ìjẹ̀kìnìkan pẹ̀lú oko indomie àti kìnì ọmọ rẹ̀ á máa jẹ indomie sínú títí ọmọ níbi àpamọ́ ọdún márùn-ún. You are finishing that child little by little. You have forgotten that there is a day, that period you are. Period tó wà yẹn lórí indomie rà ní 1,000 naira tó yí owó ẹ̀ka. Period kan bọ̀ tó jẹ́ pé indomie yẹn máa wọ 10,000. Ó ní ní lọ́wọ́ ó ti kó bọ́mọ yẹn. You have put that child in trouble. You are the one that trained him or her to be eating those foreign foods. Ó ṣe wá ń sọ fún lẹ́yìn tó ti wà use mọ́ wípé ó yẹ kó mọ̀ pé ta lè irọ́ o. Why manage it? No. It was not in your book in the past. For you to have peace of mind, you must understand God. You must understand why are you. Why? Do you know what? Some of you did not know that there is a reason why you are better than the remaining parts of your family. Some of you thought, ẹlòmíì gbàgbé, ọpọlọ mi ló débẹ̀ náà. Ọpọlọ mi ló débẹ̀. Tó bá yẹ kó mọ irú business tí mo ń ṣe, kí n tó make owó àwọn yẹn ò lè ṣerú business yẹn àbí. You thought those remaining parts of your family need to, cannot do it. They can. Why are they not succeeding and it's you that is succeeding? Do you bother to ask yourself? There's a reason behind it. You thought it's just your own knowing or your doing. Psalm 118, he said, it will be marvelous in their eyes. Before it becomes marvelous in their eyes, it must be marvelous in your own eyes too. You have a friend, you find yourself in the midst of friends, and they are a group of your friends. And you realize that all the while that you've been friends together, it's always you that is always in position to give. That your friend always come to you to ask. You thought you are wiser than her. Huh? You thought you can pray better than her. Huh? Do you know there are people that are better than you in prayers and fasting that are still coming to you for assistance?